Hello. Oh, look very pale today. Maybe I can fix that. Should probably line this up straighter. Oh, funny. I don't understand lighting. I just do not get it. What is going on here? Like, now I'm really pale. What about this way? Oh, is that's better, right? Who knows? Who knows what's happening? I think it works a bit. Just adjust that a little. Yeah, okay. So, where am I? Thanks. Just poof. I didn't dry it. If I don't dry it properly, this just happens. Which I don't know. I don't know if it's good or not. And who knows? Okay. So I think I'm ready to get started now. So let's see what where we were. So I was building this big tree boy over here. And it was looking quite nice. I was working on vines was the last thing. I was putting these vines in places where I knew they wouldn't fall down to the ground on my vines. So I got vines on my vines so that I can swing while I swing. Get one in the back here, yes, I suppose. And maybe I can get one over here. Yes, I think I can. Sorry, excuse me. I don't want to cough into the microphone. Still got a lingering, just a little lingering cough. I'm not sure what you would call it. Probably in the throat. So I'm just trying to deal with that without. What am I saying? Never mind. So I was building this big tree. and it's going quite well overall. I'm just trying to place these vines, as I say, so that they won't fall all the way down to the ground, because I don't think that's a good look. In fact, I wish there was like a beanstalk block, because that would be perfect right now. If I could have basically something like this, but it's solid. I love this little spot here with the sun shining. Now, of course, once the weather is restored, this won't be a special spot anymore, but at the moment it is. Okay, so that's the wrong place to put that, because it will fall all the way down. Yeah, these vines are pretty. Now, I know there's more to be done with this. I just don't know what it is. Good morning, Drew. Nice to see you again. A PA, is that Pennsylvania? Oh, Tetsuo. Hello again, friend. It's been a while. So I'm thinking maybe I can make some smaller little take a rock. Here we go, back on the rocks. 18, 7, 3, 90. Let's see what this does. So this is a well, it's a rock brush. You may have, if you've ever watched this stream in the past like week, you'll probably know what the rock brush does now. Hello, Saucy, Susie. But I'm just going to use this brush just to kind of break up some of these areas where it's looking a bit. I'm actually going to change the size down to 2.5, just make it a little bit smaller. I'm just going to touch on any areas which look a bit too regular. So like here, this looks, you can see that looks like a sphere, so maybe like this we can try and make it a bit rougher. Oh, this is working a treat actually, so I think we'll use this technique kind of over the whole over the whole area here. So, you know, in there would make sense. And over here. Progress so far on well, we might see a bigger one. Maybe I should build another giant tree, because this was surprisingly fun and easy actually. Like a trade war. It's fun and easy to win. So maybe I'll build another one at some point. Maybe not today. I was thinking I could maybe build some more trees, kind of the same scale with the same style. But I might leave that for now. I'm just gonna just keep adding a few more little kind of. These make quite nice kind of branches, I suppose. They look kind of like, well, branches. Which is good. Okay. So I think that ought to kind of make it a little bit better over here. I don't like this kind of branch looking thing here with where it's kind of warping around. You can kind of see that it's looks like a collection of cylinders joined, so I'm just going to try and break that up a bit. Wow, this looks really good. I almost want to go over the whole tree, this brush. In fact, I'm going to spam it out a bit, so bear with me. I'm just going to basically designate places on the whole tree where I want to add these, and hopefully we'll create quite a nice shape. And it will take a minute for it to all kind of load in, but we can then watch it appearing. How are you all doing this morning anyhow? I'm having to, I think I had to work from home today because I've got some furniture coming. Specifically, I have a desk, and so you might see that hopefully, if it arrives today, you might see tomorrow that I'm in a new room. So hopefully I can have a desk to actually do my stream from. Oh, that's nice. I think that's added a lot of kind of detail to it. Real easy as well. That's cool. So next thing, actually, let's have a go with doing the terraforming down here. And first off, actually, what I want to do maybe is to no, actually, I think I'm gonna try and blend this whole area in at the base so that we have like a nice base. I do need to do some more work on the roots, but that'll be kind of part of this. So I'm just gonna join in this area here, I suppose, because it doesn't make sense for me to have this thing rising up. So let's do this, and oh, I think I should just do. I'll use this rock again, but we'll use the stone this time. Nope. No, stone. It's a rock. It's a stone rock. Yes, there we go. So I can use this to really quickly generate some quite rocky looking terrain. This is basically the rock brush stream from now on. Rocks for everything, why not? Rocks for all. And through here, I'm just going to bring it all the way up if I can. And kind of want to, yeah, this will probably work actually. So now I'm going to take a gravity brush. Excuse me. So we're going to do BR. Gravity. I'm going to do a size 10 maybe? Oh, okay, we need to be careful with that. Too big. Let's make it a little bit smaller. So size 6. There we go. Now I can use this to basically melt those rocks into a... Hello! Good morning, Jenny. How are you this morning? Or afternoon, evening. Case may be, depending on where you are. And there we go, we've melted that a bit. It doesn't look great because of the number of rocks that I used in it, but we can really quickly resolve that. Using, I suppose we'll do a BRBB. No, it's not a BR, it's a BBB. Blend ball. So we can just do this really quick and we can just melt away that top area. And hopefully we can join these kind of smoothly. And there we have it. Oh, it did strike the root there, but that's not too much of a problem. Okay. So it's looking good. I think some kind of work down here could be nice. This is going to be a bit tricky to do because it is going to have to be by hand. It is going to be quite a lot involved, but I want to make this kind of a little bit less chunky at the base. Oh, in Indonesia it must be, what, is it the afternoon in Indonesia now? It is 8:15, 8:15 in the UK at the moment. England, where I am. Yep, that's looking good. Yeah, okay, we'll leave these for now. So I think actually there's not too much work needed for the base. I did want to try and make one of these roots maybe sticking up a little bit. Anyway, I wanted to make the roots look a little bit less like they're kind of super deep, like tall. I want them to be kind of round shape. just open this up a little bit, get at the root that's down there so we can see it. Yes. And I'm going to put in some dirt, I suppose, at this point, maybe? Not exactly sure where I'm going with this particular section. I suppose we need to do the stuff around the back here as well. I was thinking this could be kind of a cliff edge to the water, but maybe that's wrong. Maybe we shouldn't have that. Oh, that's a cool idea, actually. Here's an idea. We could have a... It may be not quite right, but I was thinking we could have a path here, quite low down. So we go underneath here and kind of through the jungle through to this area here, and we could have a beach exposed here. It's going to be a bit tricky to do, and maybe it's not the right time for it. Let's try make the back here anyway. I guess we can do. I'm trying to decide how to do this because this is such a big kind of centerpiece that I need to make the edge correctly. Maybe I should put the jungle in around the base. I think that's probably a good idea, in fact. So let's go for some brush overlay. D2, and we're just going to overlay with some dirt. And we're going to need a bigger brush than that, I think. So we'll use a size, let's use a size 6. We need to be a little bit careful because we've got the tree roots around. We don't really want to overlay those if we can help it. And so just going to be a little bit careful around those roots because I don't know if there's a good way to prevent certain blocks from being targeted by this. So we're just going to try not to target them. And over here, what is that? Oh, it's okay. They're not being targeted anyway. Okay, they must be considered unnatural blocks. So that's perfect. Then we can just overlay this whole area real easy. Perfect. Perfect. Nice. Now I am conscious of the fact there's a big hole there, so we should definitely do something with that hole. In fact, we should probably escape the landscape front. That's what we should be doing right now, I think. So this area here, we can see down into the water, so we don't really want that. So let's first off we'll fill this up. I think we've got a rock brush, haven't we? I hope it's a rock brush. We're about to find out. So I'm basically just stacking rocks down in that hole until it fills up. Hello. Investigate what's happening in here. Maybe this is not a rock brush. Yeah, I suspect this is not a rock brush, whichever brush I'm using. Oh, it's a gravity brush. No wonder it's doing nothing. Alrighty. So just going to fill this hole up from the base, just so that we can kind of get rid of it. Any second now, here we go. There we go. So, there we go. And there's that. So maybe I want to join this up to here in terms of this kind of terrain. So this terrain was made by using big rocks. I think that can work. So we can have kind of a rocky ridge all the way over here. And that will join onto this and kind of explain why this is the way that it is. I.e. this weird rocky shape. So in order to do that, I think I'm going to make... I need to make a big depression here, I think, so that we can dig it out and put the rocks in so that they'll be at the right level. So, it's a risky procedure though. If I decide I don't like it, there'll be no way to undo it. maybe it's not. Maybe it is worth it. Let's do it. Oh, hello. Let's see who that was. Ines, welcome. So, tricky to know what to do here. Actually, I definitely don't want to wreck the build, but there's nothing here anyway. So let's take this huge whole area out. So I'm just going to chop here, say from here through to here, and we'll try it out here. And then if it looks rubbish, we can just nuke it with some replace command. I'm just going to dig down a bit, and we'll just clear out some space here. So say here, set air. There we go. So we made a bit of an area for ourselves. Now the idea... Hello, little Logie. Oh, excuse me, guys on Mixer. I'm just going to restart my chat because chat sometimes gets disconnected from you guys. So you may be messaging me and I just can't see it. Apologies for that. I'm restarting the chat now. So I'm going to take a rock brush. I'm going to do a much larger rock brush. Not 50, goodness no. Let's try 10, see what happens. So I want this to basically... Okay, so what I want is the effect that I've had previously, i.e. this effect for these mountains, but I want it to be a lot smaller. And so... Well, I don't want it to be smaller, but I want it to be lower. So I don't want... I specifically don't want it to be smaller, actually. So I'm actually going to undo all of this. Because I want a bigger brush. So let's take a size 15. And here we go. So there's, yes, that's good. That's kind of what I want. This kind of height, but without the without it completely sticking out. So I just want kind of the tops, which is kind of what I'm getting, which is perfect. So that's okay, but I'll go for a size 10 now. Just going to stack those on too. So we'll get one in there, yes. And let's see if we can fit one in there. Yep, cool. And in there. Ah, yes, nice. Okay, we're getting what I want now. Perfect. And put it all there. Okay, so what we hopefully should be able to see is once I smooth this area down, it should look like a smaller version of what's over here, or a lower down version. So I'm actually going to come through here as well and get this area kind of in the same style. And we may need to fix the roots again, but the roots are very easy to do, so I'm not too worried about that. So I don't want to keep touching the ground here because they're too high up. I want it to be lower. So here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Well, it's not really that old-fashioned, I suppose. But if I dig down and then do it, hopefully get... Yeah, that's exactly what I want. And maybe one more down here. Whoa, okay, this was a big rock. I think that's okay. Yeah, this can work. And let's get one in here as well. That didn't work quite how I imagined. I kind of wanted it to be bigger than that. Yes, it's when I'm doing these big world edit commands we sometimes get some lower frame rate, unfortunately. It's a shame. I need to upgrade my system, but well, I don't really have the reason to do it. It's just not worth it at this point. So unfortunately we get some low frame rate. Cool, cool, that's nice. Alrighty, this works good. So now we're going to take Gravity brush. It's going to take a little while, but it's worth it. Just going to go gravity. Let's go 15, quite large. And I'm just going to use this, and what this is going to do is cause the blocks to fall if they are suspended in the air. You've got to be a little bit careful where using this. I'm kind of scared I might hit the trees because it will affect the trees. I wonder if I can use a mask actually. Let's try it. Alright, let's see what happens now if I use this on a tree. Oh, I can! Oh, this is powerful. Okay. So, that means I can actually just whack the size up here to like 30 and we can just do this whole pile of rocks in one go. Because I can't hit anything. I can't miss the target, basically. You can see on the left here that these rocks are falling down. It's kind of weird that they seem to just be vanishing. Not really what I expected. That is odd. It's not really how this is supposed to work. Yeah, it's not working as intended anymore. Whoops. I think the mask has done something weird. Oh, I know what it's doing. So it's affecting the stone brush. It's affecting the stone because it's got a mask for stone only, but it's not affecting air, which is the block that it's replacing. So I need to put, I think, mask air as well. Mask stone, air. Alright, now let's try it. Why? Now it's affecting the trees again. Is it? Yes, it is. Okay. So that's unfortunate. Clearly the mask doesn't work with this brush, which I thought it might not. So we're going to need a slightly smaller one so we don't accidentally whack the wrong thing here. But we're going to use this. Hello, good morning. How are you this morning, Doma? And, whoa, okay, let's not do that. Okay. So, we'll use it over here as well, and we'll just melt down this. Get these guys nice and smooth. And nearly done. I think that's about it. So I'm now actually going to go over and basically fill out a little bit because I don't want it to be quite so rugged here, as this is where stuff is going to be. So I'm going to do a BR cylinder, stone. Let's say 5. So it's going to be a fairly slow process, but it's the necessary process. Unfortunately. So I'm just going to use this to try and, well, create kind of a smooth blend between these. So actually we see here there's a big gap. We don't want that. So I'm just going to kind of fill that up a little. Yes, I have been to Pennsylvania. I went there and I was there very briefly. I saw the Amish in what is it called? You can probably tell me the name of the area. I can't remember it now. But yeah, basically went to visit the Amish. Not my personal choice of activity, but good fun anyway. Very interesting to kind of see. Well, yeah, a very different kind of style of life in the West, no less. Apart from that, no, didn't really go anywhere else in Pennsylvania. I'm sure I've missed out on some lovely stuff. Apologies for that. Let's see if we can fit a rock in here. So ER rock stone for 590 maybe. I'm just gonna kind of bulk out here a little. This bush here is not important, expendable. And I'm just going to use this to try and kind of fill out. This is probably a better tool actually than the cylinder tool is. We're going to have to repair the roots, I think. We can put the roots kind of back after. Or maybe we don't need to. Maybe the roots are fine like this. Is it central Pennsylvania? Is that where the Amish live? It's called Hastings or something. Not Hastings though. It had a really like old-fashioned like English name. The area. It used to be, isn't it? It wasn't the entire state basically originally kind of bought by somebody to make an Amish colony essentially. I think that sounds right. Then again, I don't know. I may just be making things up. Alrighty, I'm just gonna see if we can bulk up here a little as well. Actually, now that I'm getting back into my rock groove, I'm enjoying it again. I'm gonna go for some more rocks. Haha. Okay. Belleville. No, doesn't ring any bell. Haha, no bells. Oh, goodness. I'm here all week, guys. Okay, so I think that'll do for now on the rocks. I'm just going to try and kind of blend the softer kind of terrain in here. I think maybe a better way to do this actually is dirt. Wait, cylinder dirt. Yes. Hi 1337. This is a private server, so I'm afraid you can't join. Dirt 5, and I'm doing a mask of air. Yes. And so, hopefully doing this, I mean, what I am doing here is terraforming the dirt area. So it does make sense for me to use a masked dirt brush, because as we've established, the rocks here are very, very rocky. The underlying bedrock is very stony. And so it makes sense that any kind of stuff added on here should be dirt. Not that it's going to matter, it's probably never going to be seen by anybody. Unless it is. In which case, hopefully they will appreciate my attention to detail. When I was in the US, I spent most of my time in Maryland. So visited, wait, where is Philadelphia? Is that in Maryland? It's not, is it? It's somewhere else. So I visited Philadelphia, is that? No, it is. Is it Maryland? No, it can't be Maryland. I don't know. Where's Philadelphia? Somebody tell me, because I don't know. I also went to Washington DC, of course. That's a nice location. A lot of money spent on buildings, a lot less money spent on the community facilities, I feel like. Oh, it's in New Jersey, is it? Okay. Oh wait, Philly is in Pennsylvania, is it? Okay, well then I've been to Philly as well. Clearly, I'm very clued up about what I'm talking about here. To be honest, I didn't know. I was just there. It was my cousin's wedding, and I was just kind of in the car, just being kind of dragged along to stuff. I mean, I totally enjoyed it, but I didn't have much control over what I was doing, or much idea what was going on most of the time. Okay, so we blended in this kind of terrain here, which it's looking good, and I'm gonna try and do kind of the same in here, so that we don't have lots of kind of gaps, because I think that's a bit weird. So let's do that. And yes, I'm basically going to try and make these into kind of nice valley floors instead of these really rough rocky areas at the moment that they are. It's kind of an interesting technique actually. So I'm doing the almost a geological process again, which is something I sometimes find myself doing, where I'm now laying, it's called humus, I think, biological matter that goes over bare rock to eventually become dirt. It's called humus, which is different from the dip. I don't think you would want to eat this. It's not made from chickpeas, although it could be made from chickpeas in theory. Yeah, I suppose in theory hummus could be hummus. You could make, you could colonize stone using only humus. Colonize it for the plants. Alrighty, so that's cool. It's looking quite nice in here. Yeah, I think I'm going to overlay the whole area with grass, but only one layer of grass, so that we keep this kind of cool, as I say, kind of geological colonization process somewhat intact. So let's get some in here as well. Anywhere where there's like nice gaps, I'm going to kind of fill it out with some dirty dirt. Oh, dirty dirt. Don't worry, summer will be over soon. I hate bugs as well. We actually have I have an infestation. Not well, maybe not an infestation, but we're having a problem with clothes moths. Now this is something I've never had a problem with before, but the house already had some when we arrived, and they are not going away. And so I'm normally like super like not even pacifist, but like I just don't kill things normally. But I've had to take an exception for these clothes moths because I'm convinced they're going to be eating my clothes. So I've been going on a clothes moth killing spree. I feel bad about it, but oh well. I'm a strictly video game based serial killer normally. Don't usually go in for murdering real life things. This area here, maybe, I don't know actually, I think it's okay. That's funny. Let's just put some dirt under there. Whoops. And we can get a little more dirt in here. What did that do? Not the right thing. Cool. Oh, that little... They're like washing their hands, I think. They taste with their feet, I think that's right. But yeah, it does look like they're like rubbing their hands with glee. Yeah, real annoying. Which is a shame, because I mean they are extremely important to the ecosystem. We can't eliminate them, sadly. Just got to try and keep them at bay. Get some fly paper, I guess. Oh goodness! In New Zealand, they have the most annoying. I mean, I don't know if where you are, do they have midgies? Like we call them midgies. I'm not sure what they're actually called. Maybe their real name is midgies. I don't know. They're tiny little biting flies, just small ones. In New Zealand, they have even worse than that. They have these sandflies, which they're tiny, like just nothing, a few millimeters, 2-3 millimeters. Well, maybe longer than that. 4 or 5 millimeters long, maybe. They will bite if you let them, and it doesn't really. You can't really tell you're being bitten, but it causes swelling and itching for potentially days. And we're talking about a 2 or 3 millimeter high fly, and they can be swarms of them. Like there can be dozens and dozens. So that is really not fun. I was once setting up a tent. Well, no, we'd set up a tent. Sorry, and we were expecting. Oh gosh, that doesn't sound fun. Moose flies. We were setting up a. We'd set up a tent, and we knew the sunflies were coming because we were near to water, and it was coming to the evening. So we'd set up, and we were hiding inside the tent to avoid the sandflies. And this poor family came, and it was like literally like something. It sounded like a horror film. Like they were just like screaming and running around, and yeah, like being bitten. Sorry, excuse me. But we couldn't see them because we were hiding. So it was just we were just hearing these like horror sound effects. Okay, so we're getting kind of a nice effect here on the left. In fact, I think we've kind of done this area now. I'm just gonna clean up this section, make it look a little bit nicer, less like it's been made out of cylinders. So that's pretty easy. Just have a go, fill in any gaps and clean off any bulges. Shades. You mean my blinds? I'm confused. I'm not wearing shades. I'm wearing regular glasses. Yes, so that's a lot better. And through here. And sure. We have broken that up a little. Yes, that's a lot better. So we can bring the jungle, I think, in. Let's go for some overlay now. So I'm going to do B overlay, D1. They're not too strong. My glasses are two -2 diopters. The shaders. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? I must say. The shaders just, yeah, lovely. So, I'm not sure I'm being so careful here. I want to overlay this whole area, so I'm going to do that. And overlay all of this. Maybe I should have done some... It's okay. We'll overlay this whole area, and we'll see what we end up with. We can do some more work on it if we need to. Good morning, Yuri. How are you doing today? Today I'm going to be working from home, like you, because I'm awaiting. I've ordered a new desk so that I can get my streaming setup off the dining table where it has been for the past 3 months. I think my girlfriend is getting annoyed. In fact, no, let me rephrase that. I know my girlfriend's getting annoyed because she told me so. So I'm gonna move it to my room. -2 isn't as strong as they come. Like, I mean, some people have like -5 or whatever. Like, I can kind of see without them. I like the little translation of 24-hour time there. I think most people understand 24-hour time by now, right? Yes. I would show you, but it's a bit awkward. But maybe tomorrow, or maybe the day after, you will be seeing my bedroom. And actually, the location that I have selected should be pretty good for light because it is going to be directly facing blinds. And so I think, although obviously at night time we won't have any light, I think during the day, certainly during the summer, it should look pretty nice. I should be able to get like really good control over the light because it will just be straight in front of me and kind of all over the place. So it should be pretty good light. I am 25 years old again. Alrighty, so that's what we have now. I think that's pretty good. I think we've got this kind of... This is the effect I wanted. I wanted this kind of mountains to be kind of deteriorating into here and then growing back up again. Whoa, okay. Apparently still shooting. Whoops. Hopefully I didn't hit anything that I didn't want to hit. Wow, I'm still clicking. I'm going to have to undo all of this, so just bear with me a moment. I'm not sure I'm ready for grass in the middle here. Alright, let's undo like 10. And undo 10 more. And undo 5 more. There we go, okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to go for more jungle in here, although maybe I don't want it to be quite as thick. Also, I might want to smooth. I'm going to have a go with a smooth brush real quick, just to try and take the tops off some of these, because I think some of them are a bit... Goodness, got itchy nose. It's the worst thing, because you can't scratch it without looking like you're picking your nose. So I'm going to do a VE smooth, yeah. And I'm just going to do kind of a small one. And I'm just going to basically go along the tops here. And I'm going to just smooth off these areas where it's looking a bit rough. And actually this is going to make kind of a nice effect because we're going to take away some blocks. So we're going to end up with kind of exposed stone, which I'm not sure if I want it or not, but I think I'll let it live for now. I missed something about Stalker. Ah. No, I didn't. We started to have rain again, finally. We've been having some real dry weather, but we're back to kind of... it seems like standard end of summer weather now, or yeah, tail end of summer, I suppose. Alrighty, do I like this or do I not like this? Maybe I don't like the kind of exposed stone so much. No, I don't think I like it. So I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna get some more overlay again. So let's just do the same thing. I'm just gonna overlay some of these lower lying areas certainly. I'm gonna leave the fast or slow? Alrighty, so I think we're getting there. That's a bit better, I think. I don't want to take all of the stony bits that I just re-added away, because I think they look kind of cool. Okay, so I think now we're ready for some more terrain on here, maybe. Let me just grab a little bit of grass in here and just real quick, just get some, you know, I can probably do this a bit quicker if I do a pause 1 and pause 2. Oops, pause 2, and we do replace stone grass. There we go. And that just quickly fills that out. And let's do a real quick, do another one down here. We'll do, maybe I should bring the sand up actually. Let's do that. BR cylinder sand 3 mask stone. This and other statements, common statements. I hope you guys are all chillaxing and maxing and hanging and all cool and shooting some b-ball outside of the school. Oh goodness, is that not to rag on you guys, but is that considered good speed in the US? I mean, I guess at least it's not bad speed if you can watch in 480p, but like my speed is okay for this country, but I mean it's definitely. I mean I could stream like 4 streams at 720p. I think. Okay, so it must be pretty quick then. There's a lot of money in Alaska, isn't there? That's kind of one of the things about it. This is kind of weird, isn't it? Let's try bulk up a little bit. Yeah. It's a bit weird to have this river just kind of flowing next to the sand. I don't really like it. Let's try. We're just gonna real quick try and make this look a bit more like a nice beach, because it was done rather quickly, and I didn't realise that I was gonna have that it was gonna be a beach. Even I thought it was gonna be a lake edge. So, oh, how much did it cost? Let me see. My internet is costing. Let me see, I think about 15, 18 pounds maybe per month. So that's like 20, 22, $23 maybe per month. Vacuums suck. Yeah. The problem with my vacuum is not that it sucks. The problem is that it doesn't suck. It just blows. Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't literally blow, but I mean it metaphorically blows because it doesn't suck. Oh my goodness, this nose. I don't know, maybe I'm allergic to something or something. I don't know, my nose is just like getting really itchy. Maybe it's like dusty in here or something. This is the best way, I think, of getting this kind of smooth beach effect, is just to do it by hand. There must be a better way, but I, for the life of me, cannot tell you what it is. I'd like some kind of a tool, this is going to be a bit technical, and maybe I could do this myself, but I'd like a tool that can stretch a line. So like if I chose here, say, and then I chose over here, it would kind of stretch it towards straight. On limited speed, but surely there is a limited speed on that. Like, there's no such thing as an unlimited speed. You mean, as far, like, how fast does the line go, realistically? I have, oh, you mean, oh, we're talking about broadband internet, right? Black holes. What? Well, I mean, yeah. There's a physical limit to the speed that wireless internet can go, but there's also a physical speed to how fast your wire can carry internet, can carry a connection. That is, like fiber optic, for example, makes it faster. I'm just gonna go real quick and take a bathroom break, because apparently I need to do that with my really, I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about bathroom breaks and let you guys enjoy this. That's quite nice, actually. I think it's shaping up to look good, this area. Hello. Wait, you have... Oh wait, are we talking about, sorry, have you been talking about mobile internet, Doma? Because I was talking about broadband internet. We have, we don't, in the UK, we don't really do data limits anymore. So we have just, I can upload and download just as much as I want. And in theory, there shouldn't be any kind of limiting to it. They used to do that, but I don't think we do that anymore so much. So in theory, I can download and upload all day. I think if you do it too much, maybe they'll ask you to move to a business connection, pay more money, but in theory, it's unlimited. Yes, I've heard of Verizon. It's legendary for how bad it is. In fact, internet in the US is notoriously bad. Over here, we just... Well, I don't think we thank our lucky stars, but we're glad that we have good internet by comparison.
just going to take a little more off here, and then we'll get, I'll overlay again with some more sand. Because we are exposing a little bit of the stone. Yes, okay, cool, and take a little bit off here. I think this guy should go too. Let's nuke that. So let's see here. BR, sphere, air, 4, mask, sandstone, sand. Get rid. I guess we want to get rid of stone too. We made this a bit deeper, did we? No, actually, I think that's fine. Alrighty, so I think I can just, yeah, that looks fine. So let's just grab a quick cylinder of water here. Goodness, that is robbery. I'm just gonna actually let's do a little bit of sand in the base here. BR cylinder sand 3. Just gonna fill the base, fill this up with a little bit more sand. And we'll get some in there too. I think that looks good, and now we'll do our cylinder of water. Something like 15.4 maybe, mask air. Alright, no good for that. This one, yes, there we go. Okay. That's a bit better. Gets rid of that weird thing. And maybe we can make the beach kind of come in here. In fact, it's kind of weird that the beach is so far set back. Maybe I should move the whole beach all the way down to the sand, to the water. I guess I should do that. It's going to take a little bit of effort, but it's going to be worth it. How am I going to do that? Wow, that's pretty good. You probably win, actually, Yuri. Mine's about that speed, I think, but obviously it's more than double as expensive. Hello, Chi Trong Nguyen Fan. That's a bit tricky. Double D. So we're gonna keep pushing here. And I think maybe we should bring more sand into the bay here. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do, actually. So let's mask water and air. Is this the brush that I think it is? Oh, I'm using the water brush. Whoops. Alright. So I'm gonna bring just kind of a lot more sand into the base here, just so that we can kind of have a kind of a shelving bay here. Alright, in fact, actually here's what I'm going to do. Let's do BR air cylinder air 30 10 mask water I just go... It's my superpower. Inhaling water. Alright. So now we can see the seabed here. And I can use this opportunity to bulk out the seabed a bit. Flash flood watch. You know, I thought flash flood was a different thing than what it is. When I was told about flash floods, I had visions of like walls of water like crashing down the valley and just like washing everything away, like as if a dam had broken. That was what I thought a flash flood looked like, but apparently that's the term is not quite so so extreme as that. So we're gonna try merge around this way, kind of join this whole shape together. So, do you guys want to talk about the future of Minecraft? I have I've come up with a list of prompts of things that we could talk about, and I think it could be quite interesting to talk about the future of Minecraft. Well, I mean, if a dam breaks, it's definitely a flood, but it could be it's a quick flood as well. I think it's definitely a flash flood, but I think it's a bit easier than that. I think a flash flood can be a bit less extreme than that. So yeah, future of Minecraft. Do you guys see Minecraft having a future, or do you think that it is destined to basically die of old age? Because I think that's quite an interesting topic, personally. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm concerned about. It does seem like we're losing the more core, the core of hardcore users seems to be dying. I'm making a beach right now, tree. So this is the whole area here. I'm doing this side at the moment. We can't see this side because it won't load. Yeah, I think that Minecraft, unfortunately, its days are numbered. I mean, they don't need to be. That's the funny thing. But I mean, that said, now that MicroDollarsoft has taken over Minecraft, there may be some kind of a future, because it's a big investment for them. And you say the devs are lazy, but I mean, the devs have just completed a rather large porting. They have just completed a rather large porting of the game into a different language. Is it C++? And so, while yes, there's been no progress for a long time, or no useful progress, I think the real breakthrough is to have changed off of Java with Bedrock. And I mean, it's Java is so bad language for certainly for this kind of an application. And so I think, having finally taken the kind of the drastic step of doing that, making that change, jump to C++, or it is C++, I'm pretty sure. I think that's going to really help in the long run. I think maybe we could see some real improvements in Minecraft, perhaps in its usability. Not usability, but how well it runs. And I mean, obviously, it's set us way back in terms of modding capability. Like, mods are going to need to be built from scratch, basically, and whether or not the community is still there is a real big question. Well, I mean, I think Minecraft has, it's got so many facets to it. You know, it's a very multifaceted, object. You know, on the one hand, you have survival mode, default vanilla survival mode, which, I mean, that was what the game was kind of made on, and that is what I think is really, it's not dying, it's just that it hasn't received enough updates to keep people interested, and so it's dying in that it's becoming less popular just because people are becoming bored, I think, is my impression. I mean, creative mode is struggling. I mean, it's kind of being left behind because creative mode without tools, you're just it's like it's so slow. So you need these tools, and these tools are because the community is getting smaller, we're losing the tools, and without the modding tools, we're really in danger of losing a lot. I mean, there is no competitor really for Minecraft Creative at the moment, so they've still got that going for them. Right, I think it's time to get down there and get Punch in the sand. So let's try and clear a little bit more space at the top so we have more space to work with down the bottom. It's such a nice noise, the punching sound. But I mean, what we're getting is junk that really we don't need from the devs, as you've said. You know, the aquatic update. No one asked for that. No, well, people have been asking for it for ages, but it's not what people wanted. People didn't. People wanted bugs fixed, and they wanted performance enhanced, and instead, here's a load of half blocks and some dolphins. So yeah, unfortunately, I think Minecraft's days are numbered. But I mean, as I said, there's other facets to it beyond just creative and survival. You know, as an educational tool, I don't think it's going anywhere. It was, you know, it doesn't as an educational tool. It doesn't have to last forever. It's for kids when they're growing up, and then it can be done with. And so they're constantly getting like new generations of kids discovering it for the first time, and so that is an endless source of players, and you know, whether or not they continue to play that into adulthood or to young adulthood is kind of independent of whether or not more kids are going to pick it up. Oh, most problems start in your mind. What about the problem of thinking that all problems start in your mind? Ooh, it started in your mind. Alright, anyway. So, I mean, does anybody know any games that are like Minecraft? Like, can you think of anything that could replace Minecraft? I mean, I know a lot of people have quit already, but they've just moved to. They haven't really. I don't think a lot of them have moved to a Minecraft replacement. They've just quit this space, as it were. Unless maybe I'm wrong. Does anybody know? I mean, there's Roblox, but I mean it's quite a different target demographic. I think it's a lower target age, I would say, and so not really in danger of grabbing modders, for example. I would go with the I think I'd go with the Thor massage, I think. Although neither of them sounds too much fun. So this edge here is having a little bit of trouble. So let's just try and straighten this bit out. All this is going underwater anyway, so I probably shouldn't bother with this. Is it? Where is the water level? No, it is not. So this area here does need some TLC to make sure it looks nice. League of Legends. No, I would not like that, but if you're going to make me choose... good night. Have a nice sleep. So... yeah, with League of Legends, I'm not sure whether League of Legends is going down. I mean, you might know better. You probably do know better than me. But I mean, it seems like those are not really equivalent games. But gamers can be fickle, and they can leave their genre behind if the genre is empty. I mean, I used to be a big MMO player, but the genre is devastatingly empty of good games at the moment, and so I don't play. Yeah, it was always toxic though, wasn't it? Okay, I think that's fine. We can go for the we can go for the water back in here now. So let's do that. Maybe like 8. Whoa, that was the right height, but we need to do a mask. There. We go like that. And then boom, water restored. Not quite. That's awkward. Did that restore it? There we go. Restored it. So I don't know Cortex Commander. Terraria I do know. Not quite equivalent, but yes, comparison. Dwarf Fortress, I would say is not equivalent. I mean, I've played Dwarf Fortress, I love Dwarf Fortress, but Dwarf Fortress is the kind of the nerdy side of Minecraft that Minecraft could never be. Minecraft has no chance of kind of claiming that title. They are quite non-equivalent. Yes, Rust. I do know that one. But, I mean, that's not doing so well, is it? I understand. Doing pretty poorly, in fact, isn't it? Oops, that was wrong. There we go. So that's all the water is reinstated. There are just floaters here. There's a bunch of floaters here. What the heck? Get rid of them. Gotta get rid of those floaty boys. There's loads of floaters down here, actually, isn't there? Okay. There we go. So we have a nice beach now. That's a lot better. A lot more, I thought, to be honest, I feel like that was always how League of Legends was. I guess that's a good finger on the pulse of the health of a game, isn't it, actually? How the subreddit looks. If the subreddit's happy or not. Nice. So that's giving us a nice little beach there. That looks good, I think. I think we got a winner. Oh wow, it's nearly time for me to finish. That's a shame. So we got the basic terrain down today, but nothing too much more in the way of kind of excitement. I guess the next thing will be populating this with some trees, and then maybe we can move on to what's going to be in the middle here. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I was thinking kind of a castle built out of kind of white blocks to look kind of like coral blocks. I know we don't have coral blocks yet, but coral and coral's going to be really grey, so I don't really want to use coral. I would rather use maybe white concrete, or maybe white terracotta. I think that could look nice, the white terracotta. It's not too white, but so I'm thinking kind of big. I'm not going to start this yet, but I'm just going to kind of spitball a couple ideas before I'm done here. So I'm thinking kind of big sloping wall, kind of like colonial style maybe, or maybe not colonial style. I don't know what style this would be. Kind of like this. Maybe with some wood features. So I want to try to keep it kind of simple, so it's not too complicated. Well, that's what not too complicated means. Well done, Imgal. So maybe something like this. I think that could look cool. And then maybe with big tower in the middle. Yeah, I think the bleached corals look a bit too grey for me. I want some kind of like really nice white ones. I want it to look like it's been built out of coral. But I think coral, well, coral in the real world looks like really bright white. It's a bright white thing. So the fact that it's very grey in the game is kind of disappointing to me. I think this is kind of a cool style anyway. Hey, it's okay, no worries. Yeah, okay. I think I'll leave that there just as a reminder. It might be a bit too chunky actually, mightn't it? But I'm gonna blockscape. Interesting. Well, clearly Yuri knows all of this stuff. But I mean, I wonder whether any of those can compete with Minecraft, or maybe Minecraft as a genre, sadly enough, is just doomed. Like it's been explored by the game Minecraft, and there's no more room for it. Who can say? Anyway, I must be going. So actually, just before I go, let me crank the view distance up, and we'll just have a look around, because I know maybe some people here haven't seen the whole thing in context. So here's what we were working on just now. This area, we just got a nice kind of basic terrain laid out for it now. That tree I built yesterday. a little bit this morning. This jungle was the day before that. Unfortunately, I lost the time lapse for this section. Oh, tired and sleepy aren't necessarily the same thing, actually. Tired's like when you can't move your body, and sleepy's like, I'm going to bed. Over here is previous beach areas, complete with some kind of cliffs and things out here. We've got a mountain coming up here. No. Oh, Flash games. Interesting. No, I haven't. Never did. And let's just load those squares in the middle there, and then we can see everything that we've built so far in this build. Yes, it looks good. Very good. So, mountain and jungle over this way. A huge tree, and I'm going to have, I think, more jungle going out that way, so maybe we'll do that at some point. There we go. Greedy. And it loads. Nice. Alrighty, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. I am going to head off. Bye bye. Where do I stop?